Hello there. Have you ever gazed upon a star-dusted sky and felt a presence, a whisper of something beyond our understanding? We humans have long been captivated by the ethereal, the divine, by angels. And who could blame us? These celestial beings, often depicted with gossamer wings and radiant light, have graced our artwork, our stories, and our prayers for centuries. But what do we really about angels? Where do they come from, and what is their purpose? The Bible tells us, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways." That's Psalm 91:11. Comforting words, aren't they? For those seeking solace and guidance, the study of angels offers a fascinating glimpse into the workings of the divine. Within the hallowed pages of the Bible, we find tales of their interventions, their messages, and their unwavering devotion to the divine plan. Tonight, we embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries surrounding these heavenly hosts. Prepare to be enlightened, perhaps even a little surprised by what you discover. In the celestial tapestry woven by Scripture, angels emerge as messengers, warriors, and guardians. They are extensions of God's will, acting as conduits between the heavens and the earthly realm. Their very name, derived from the Greek word angelos, translates to messenger. But these are no ordinary postmen. Imagine receiving a telegram delivered not by a man in uniform, but by a being of pure light, radiating power and majesty. A bit more impressive, wouldn't you say? It's important to remember that angels are not whimsical figments of our imagination. They are very real, very powerful beings explicitly mentioned throughout the Bible, from the awe-inspiring pronouncements of the archangels to the silent watchfulness of guardian angels. Their presence resonates throughout Scripture and indeed human history. Their appearances are often accompanied by signs of their otherworldly nature: blinding light, rumbling earthquakes, and a sense of peace so profound it transcends human understanding. But don't worry, we're not about to be visited by a chorus of trumpet-blaring angels tonight. We're here for a calm, informative exploration of their world. The idea of angels watching over us, guiding our steps, and whispering words of encouragement is a deeply comforting one. And it's entirely scriptural. The Bible tells us that God assigns angels to protect and guide us throughout our lives. Psalm 34:7 reassures us, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them." Think of them as heavenly bodyguards, always vigilant, always ready to intervene when we need it most. They are our constant companions on this earthly journey, even when we're unaware of their presence. Now, I wouldn't recommend testing this theory by jumping off a building expecting a feathery landing, but it's nevertheless reassuring to know that we are never truly alone. Their role extends beyond mere protection, however. Angels also serve as guides, nudging us towards our true purpose and illuminating the path towards spiritual enlightenment. Have you ever felt an inexplicable urge to take a different route, to call a particular friend, or to offer a helping hand to a stranger? Perhaps, just perhaps, it was an angel whispering guidance. Of course, we mustn't forget that angels are ultimately servants of God. They act according to his divine will, offering us assistance and guidance, but never interfering with our free will. We are the masters of our own destiny, but that doesn't mean we have to face life's challenges alone. The angels are always there, ready to lend a helping hand, a comforting presence in a world often filled with uncertainty. Recent studies suggest that many people have experienced moments of divine intervention where they felt an unseen force guiding or protecting them. These experiences reinforce the belief that angels are not just mythical beings, but active participants in our lives, offering support and guidance when we need it most. Now, you might be wondering, where did these celestial beings come from? Were they always fluttering about, sipping celestial tea and polishing their halos? Well, not quite. The Bible tells us that angels, like the universe itself, were created by God. In the book of Colossians, it states that by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him. That's Colossians 1:16, for you, note-takers. So before the first star ignited or the first planet formed, God brought angels into existence. They were present at the dawn of creation, witnessing the unfolding of God's grand design. Imagine their awe, their wonder, as the universe burst into being, a symphony of light and energy orchestrated by the divine hand. Unlike humans, angels are purely spiritual beings. They don't have physical bodies like ours, nor do they experience the world in the same way. They can, however, manifest themselves to us in physical form, as countless biblical accounts attest. Think of it as celestial shape-shifting, but far less alarming than anything you'd find in a science fiction film. Their existence is one of pure devotion and service to God. They are his messengers, his warriors, his instruments of peace and justice. And while we may not fully comprehend their nature or their purpose, we can take comfort in knowing that they are part of a grand, divine plan, one that ultimately serves a purpose beyond our human understanding. Now, you can't have a heavenly host without a bit of organization, can you? The Bible hints at a hierarchy among angels with different types and ranks, each with its own specific duties and responsibilities. Think of it as a well-run celestial corporation with God as the benevolent CEO. At the top of this celestial ladder, we have the archangels. These are the bigwigs, the heavy hitters of the angelic realm. They're entrusted with missions of great importance, often acting as direct intermediaries between God and humanity. You've likely heard of the most famous archangel Gabriel, who delivered the news of Jesus' birth to Mary. Talk about an important delivery. Then we have the cherubim, often depicted as guardians, protectors of sacred places and things. They're described in the Bible as having multiple wings and eyes, symbolizing their all-seeing nature and their swiftness in carrying out God's will. Not to be confused with their slightly less intimidating counterparts, the putai, those chubby little cherubs you see in Renaissance art. No, these are serious celestial beings not to be trifled with. And let's not forget the Seraphim, celestial beings of pure light and love, often depicted surrounding God's throne in a constant state of adoration and praise. Their name means burning ones, reflecting their fiery passion and unwavering devotion to the divine. Imagine a choir of angels, their voices blending in perfect harmony, a symphony of praise echoing throughout the heavens. It's enough to make even the most tone-deaf among us wish for a front-row seat. But it's not all harps and hymns in the angelic realm. These celestial beings are also formidable warriors, capable of wielding unimaginable power against the forces of darkness. The book of Revelation describes a great battle in heaven, with Michael the archangel leading the angelic host against Satan and his fallen angels. Now, we won't delve into the theological intricacies of angelic warfare tonight, but suffice it to say, these winged warriors are not afraid of a good scrap when the fate of humanity is at stake. Despite their power and their place in the celestial pecking order, angels remain humble servants of God, carrying out his will without question or hesitation. They are a testament to the boundless creative power of God and a constant source of wonder and inspiration for those who seek to understand the mysteries of the divine. Their existence reminds us that we are not alone in this vast, often overwhelming universe. We are part of something far greater than ourselves, a cosmic tapestry woven with threads of love, light, and hope. And within this grand design, angels play a vital role, acting as messengers, protectors, and guides, leading us ever closer to the divine light. Now, we've established that angels are God's messengers, his agents in the human realm. But to think of them as simply winged postmen would be a grave disservice to their diverse and fascinating nature. The Bible offers glimpses of a whole host of angelic beings, each with unique characteristics and specific roles in the divine order. Consider the archangels, for instance. These are no ordinary celestial civil servants. Oh no, these are the elite, the top brass, the creme de la creme of the angelic host. They're entrusted with missions of critical importance, acting as God's direct representatives in matters of great consequence. They're like the celestial equivalent of ambassadors, but with considerably more impressive wings. One such archangel, whose name echoes through the corridors of history, is Gabriel. Tasked with delivering the momentous news of Jesus' birth to a young Mary, Gabriel's appearance must have been quite the spectacle. Imagine the scene. A young woman, perhaps tending to her daily chores, suddenly bathed in celestial light, a being of unimaginable radiance standing before her. Talk about making an entrance. Gabriel's message, of course, changed the course of human history, but his role as a messenger was not unique. Throughout the Bible, we find accounts of angels appearing before prophets, kings, and ordinary individuals, delivering divine pronouncements, warnings, and occasionally words of comfort and encouragement. Section 2. Wheels within wheels, the Cryptic Cherubim. Now let's delve into the enigmatic realm of the cherubim. These celestial beings are often depicted as guardians, protectors of sacred spaces and objects, but their biblical descriptions are anything but ordinary. Picture this: beings with multiple wings covered in eyes, moving with a speed and agility that would make a hummingbird envious. It's quite a departure from those chubby, rosy-cheeked cherubs you find on Valentine's Day cards, isn't it? The book of Ezekiel offers a particularly vivid, if somewhat perplexing, description of cherubim. They're described as having the likeness of a man, but with 4 faces: a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, and 4 wings, each covered in eyes. Oh, and did I mention the wheels? Yes, wheels within wheels, all covered in eyes, moving in perfect unison with the cherubim. Now, I wouldn't blame you for finding all this talk of eyes and wheels a bit much to digest. The theological scholars have been debating the symbolism of the cherubim for centuries, but what we can glean from these descriptions is that these are beings of immense power and knowledge, their every movement a reflection of divine order and purpose. They are the guardians of the sacred, the protectors of God's mysteries. Their presence serves as a reminder that there are forces at work in the universe far beyond our human comprehension. We may never fully understand the intricacies of their nature or the full extent of their power, but we can take comfort in knowing that they are part of a grand divine plan, one that ultimately serves a purpose far greater than ourselves. Section 3, the burning ones, Seraphim, and the divine fire. Finally, we ascend to the highest echelon of the angelic hierarchy, the Seraphim. These celestial beings are pure light and love, their very essence consumed by a fiery passion for the divine. Their name, derived from the Hebrew word saraph, meaning to burn, speaks to their intense, unwavering devotion to God. Imagine a vast celestial temple bathed in ethereal light. At the heart of this temple sits the throne of God, radiating brilliant light. Surrounding this throne, in constant adoration, are the seraphim. Isaiah describes seraphim with 6 wings, 2 covering their faces, 2 their feet, and 2 for flying. This covering signifies profound humility and reverence. They are consumed by God's glory, a testament to divine love's transformative power. Their voices are like thunder echoing through the heavens with power and beauty, a celestial chorus of pure devotion ongoing since creation's dawn. Section 1. Angelic encounters when heaven touches earth. The Bible is replete with stories of angelic encounters, moments when the veil between the earthly and the celestial realm is lifted, and humans come face to face with the divine. These encounters are rarely mundane. They are often accompanied by blinding light, earth-shaking pronouncements, and a sense of awe that leaves a permanent mark on those fortunate enough to witness them. Now, don't get any ideas about pitching a tent in your backyard and waiting for a personal audience with an angel. These encounters are not random occurrences. They are orchestrated by God, often at pivotal moments in human history, to deliver messages of great importance, to offer guidance and protection, or to simply remind us that we are not alone in this grand tapestry of existence. Consider the story of Abraham, for instance. This patriarch of faith, revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, found himself playing host to a trio of unexpected visitors, their arrival heralding a divine message that would have far-reaching consequences. Then there's Jacob, who, while fleeing from his brother's wrath, had a dream so vivid, so awe-inspiring, that it forever changed his understanding of the divine. Picture this: a ladder stretching from earth to heaven, angels ascending and descending, a direct conduit between the human and the celestial. It's enough to make one wonder if ladders should be standard issue for aspiring prophets. These encounters, while diverse in their details and their purpose, share a common thread. They remind us that the divine is not distant, not aloof, but intimately involved in the affairs of humanity. And while we may not all be visited by angels in our lifetime, we can take comfort in knowing that the same God who spoke to Abraham and Jacob still speaks to us today, albeit in more subtle, often unexpected ways. Abraham welcomes 3 angels, learns of Sarah's future son, and pleads for Sodom's salvation. Jacob dreams of a ladder to heaven, reaffirming God's covenant and presence. Guardian angels guide and protect us, offering solace and encouragement. Scriptures suggest angels guard and protect us, especially children. Angels guide us, but our free will and God's plan prevail. Lucifer's pride leads to his fall and the rise of fallen angels. Holy angels serve God, fallen angels spread chaos and deceit. Angels are integral to faith, serving as messengers, warriors, and guardians. Angels offer quiet moments of grace, guiding us through life's complexities.